Python is a widely used advanced scripting language that is interpreted, interactive, and object-oriented. Python is intended to be a very understandable language. It uses English-like words in its code. In comparison to other scripting languages, it also contains fewer syntactic constructions. In the domains of web development, game development, data analytics, and machine learning, Python is a widely used programming language. Nowadays, automation has its own vital role in the technological field. This video on Python automation project will teach you about the most common and intriguing module that you can build for voice command recognition system using Python. Sounds interesting, right? Why wait? Let's quickly get into the video and learn more about it. If you haven't subscribed for our channel yet, I would request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell so that you don't miss any new updates or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoy this video, show us some love and do like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure you comment on this video. Any queries or suggestions, I'll be more than happy to respond to all of them.
Let me first give you a very clear idea regarding the project that we are going to make out. So, till now simply we just wrote out some sort of lines and we were able to automate out the different sort of things, right? Now, what if this thing could be done through your speech? Let's say you say that open YouTube for me, and guess what? YouTube opens for you. You say that search Python on Wikipedia, and guess what? Wikipedia searches out the Python for you and reads out about the Python which is written in the Wikipedia through its voice. Yes, that's completely possible as well in the Python programming language. So today we're going to make out some sort of project. Whatever the commands you are given to that respective project, it will do that for you. Let's say I say that tell me the current time. So it is going to speak out whatever the current time is right now, it's going to speak out that current time. So yes, while listening only, it seems to a lot of fun. So when are we going to start this up? It will be really very exciting to go ahead and put off all of these things and the projects into work. Right, so I would just not waste out too much of time here in the discussion. Let's get started and let's put up the things which are needed into this respective project. Okay, so before moving forward with any of the things or any writing of the code, let me first of all let you know that what are the libraries that are we going to use up in this respective project. Okay, now this will be one sort of project in which you will be seeing something and that will be converting into the text. Okay, the speaker and all those things will be automatically accessed up through the project only, which we are going to write up. Okay, now. Okay, before starting, I just really want to suggest you that now for next some time, listen to me very much carefully, whatever I am saying to you here, and please follow up all the steps very carefully to make this project successful. Okay, so the very first library that we are going to use out here is PyTSX3 library. Okay, so this is one of the libraries. What it is used for? It is used for converting the text to speech. Whatever you write out, that would be converted into the speech. Super fun, right? So yes, in Python programming language, we have this respective library, that's PyTSX3 library, which is used for converting up the text to speech. So this is the very first library that we'll be using up here onto our project. Moving toward the next, we have the speech recognition. Now, what is this respective library used for? So this library used for converting, let's say I am speaking something, okay, and I want to convert that into the text. So speech recognition is one of the libraries which allows you to do so. It means that whatever the spoken words are there, a speech recognition library converts those into the text. Okay. Next, we are having up the automate Wikipedia. Now, this respective automate underscore Wikipedia library helps you to work out with the Wikipedia. Okay. Now, you do not need to go on to the Google and write down their Wikipedia and then search about the respective thing. Now, this is not the work which you have to do. After completing this project, you will simply say that, okay, search Python for me, and it will automatically extract out the relevant information, the required text from the Wikipedia and let you know that see, this is the text and this is the Python which is written in the Wikipedia. Right, so this is how the Automate Wikipedia library works. Then we have the web browsers. So today what we'll be doing is that we'll be as well automating out the web browsers with the help of Python programming language. Let's say I see that open Google. So it will automatically open out the Google for me. Yes, that is actually, yes, it's possible, right? With the help of Python programming language, it's completely possible. So web browser is a library which will be using up for to automate out the web browsers. Okay, then we have the smtp lib library. So this respective library is used for working with the emails, sending the email, retrieving the email. So for all sort of these things smtp library is used. So in that case, what you see, let's say you see that send this email to this respective person. After that, it would ask you that what shall I send, and you let that person know that okay, send that this mail has been sent through Python programming language, and the mail which you have spoken, that respective email would be sent to the person whose name you have taken. Okay, so it works with the smtp lib library. Then os is completely stands for operating system. Okay, so it is used to work or interact with the operating systems. And the next which we are going to use is the date time. So as I mentioned up that we'll be checking the current date and current time according and like with the help of this project. So in that similar way as well, it is used for working with the date and time. Great. So hope I'm very much clear first of all that what are the libraries that we are going to use and what are the tasks of these respective libraries and what are these actually. Right. Now let's not waste up too much of time here and let's get started with the writing of the stuffs. So here I'm going to write out here I'll be importing up the very first library, that is PyTTSX3. Okay, so if you haven't installed this library, so go on to the terminal. See, I'm using up the PyCharm. Okay, so onto PyCharm, I have the terminal already here into this IDE. Now, other than PyCharm, if you're using any of the IDEs, so make sure that you open up the command prompt and write out the same command which I am writing here. And the command is pip install and write down here PyTTSX3. Okay, and hit enter. For me, this library is already installed, so it will show me that successfully installed. But if you haven't done that till now, so for you it will take up some time and then it will show you that your library has been installed. Okay, so make sure that before beginning of this respective project, you install out the relevant libraries that we are going to use today. Okay, so yeah, this one for me was already done. I would open up a new terminal here, and now second library which I need to install is write down there pip install, and second one is speech recognition. Now please make sure and look here onto the screen that how am I writing up the speech recognition. S would be small for speech, but R would be capital for recognition. Okay, REC, that's RECOGNITION. Okay, please make sure that you're writing up the very correct spellings. Okay, please make sure that. So for me again it is already satisfied, so it showed me that okay, this respective library is downloaded for you, but you need to install that if you haven't done that till now. Okay, now the third and the last library is you need to install the Wikipedia as well. Write down pip, here goes install, and here goes Wikipedia, and hit enter. So for me, Wikipedia is as well installed. So it showed me requirement already satisfied and all the things. But if you haven't done that till now, so for you it will take up some time according to your internet's bandwidth, and it will install up the Wikipedia library as well for you. Okay. Great. Now nothing else than these are to be installed out. Okay. So I imported up the PyTTSX3 library. Then I'm going to write out import. Okay, one second. It's import. Next, we'll be writing up speech recognition as SR. Now, speech recognition is a large name. There is no doubt in that respective case. So, wherever I need to use up this speech recognition, what I would write, I would simply write SR, and that would actually completely work for me. Okay, it won't show me any error. So let's say what we actually do here in Python, that whenever you are having up the libraries which are having a little larger name, so in that respective case we give those libraries a short form. Okay, and whenever you just want to use up this library, you could simply use that short form and it will directly refer to your library only. Okay, so this is one thing which we do. Next, we're gonna import out the next thing, that is date time. Import date time. Okay. Next, we are gonna write out here import, and here we'll be writing auto. Okay, import automate underscore wiki. Okay, sorry. Here will be import Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia library as well imported out here. Here goes import, and here is my web browser. Import web browser. Okay, my next library. Then I have import, and here goes the OS, my operating system. And at last here goes my import SMTP lib. And at last here my last library will be importing, that is import date time. Okay. So yes, okay, date time I did already write that out. Fine. Let me remove this out from here. 1 second. Great. So these are the 7 libraries that we'll be using through into this particular project. PyWT-SX3 speech recognition, datetime, Wikipedia, web browser, OS, and the SMTP lib. Okay. Great. Now the very first task that we are gonna do is that we are gonna set up the engine and initialize out the PyWT-SX3 library. Okay. So first of all, what we'll be doing is that we will be doing some sort of things, so that whatever the voice and whatever the audio we have already onto our devices, we are going to extract out that audio and those voices. Fine. Great. So here I'm going to write out engine is equal to, and here goes PyWT-SX3. Okay, dot. And as I mentioned, I'm going to initialize that out. Into the bracket, I'm going to write out SAPI5. Now, what is the SAPI5 actually? It's a sort of driver, you could say. It's a sort of a voice, you could say. Okay. So please make sure that you write out the correct spelling. So for now, you could understand that it is a sort of a driver which helps you in getting up the voices, which helps you in the PyWT-SX3 library, that is for converting up the text to speech. It helps you in that respective case. Okay. Next, we are having the variable that's voices is equal to. Now, next we are having engine dot. Okay, engine dot. My function goes get property. Okay, get property is my function here. Now, into the bracket, I'm going to write out here the voices. Okay, get property, and here goes my voices. And here for the third line, it goes engine dot. Now, I'm setting up, first of all, what I did, I get the property. Get the property means that I try to get the property which is voices. Now, from that voices property, what I am doing is that I'll be selecting one voice. Now, here actually just say that what I'm doing first of all, just write out first for voice, and then write up here voices in the bracket 1 dot id. Now, listen to me. This one, actually why I have wrote up here 1, because 1 is for the voice of a female. If you want out a male voice, so in that case you could mention up 0 instead of 1. Okay, 0 is for the male, and for the voice, when I have written the bracket 1, so when 1 refers to the female voice. Okay, you could set that accordingly. Fine. Great. So my voices are being set up, that what sort of voice do I want, and all of the things are completely fine here. Next, coming down, what I would do is that I would be making up a new function now. Okay, that function, what it will do, it will allow the things written by us to be spoken. Fine. So here my function goes def, and my function name is speak. In the bracket, I'm going to pass on audio as a parameter. Okay. So here goes engine dot say, and into the bracket audio. Okay. Okay, one single A goes here. Fine. Now what are we doing is that engine is my library onto which I already initialized up this PyWT, that is convert the text to speech. Okay. So now where is my written text which I am converting into the speech? So the written text which I am converting into the speech, for that I would make up a separate function, and that function will only work out. Okay, till now we haven't made out any respective function for converting up the text to speech. Okay, till now we have simply initialized up the library, not more than that. Great. Coming down here, I would set up the one thing here, engine dot say, sorry, engine dot, here goes run and wait. Okay, run and wait, and it goes a bracket. So what is the run and wait function for? So let's say my program has been run. Okay, after that, whatever the text I'll be writing, that will be converted into the speech. Okay, after that, from the speech recognition library, whatever the text I will speak, that will be converted into the text. So for tape of the procedure of all of these things, we had set up this respective function, that is run and wait. Okay, so as soon as you run out this program, it will run and it will simply wait, first of all, to say whatever has to be converted from text to speech. After that, it will listen to my words, whatever I am saying, and then it will convert them to the text. Then it will perform the relevant function, whatever has been ordered. Fine. Hope I'm very much clear with this respective idea of the project, and what are the things that I have written and what are these actually about. Right? Now, let's move forward here with the next things, and that will be going as next function will be made out by me, and that is def, and here goes next function. Wish me. What's that? What is this respective function def wish me? Now, let's say you have written up this respective thing. Now, here we'll be using up the date time. Okay, now why I am making this respective function, and what's the need for adding this respective function into this program, so as that whatever the modules I have covered in the Python for automation, you get out a very clear idea that how to use them into a project. See, listen to me. Using up the modules for simply writing 2 lines of code, or using up a module in between some project, these two are very different things, right? So first of all, I told you that how to use that particular module while writing 3 or 4 lines of code. Now I'll be explaining you that how that module will be used whenever you want to insert that into some sort of project. Okay, that's the reason I'm making up this respective function. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make up a variable, let's say that's r, and here I'm going to get out the current data, current time. Okay, so it will go like datetime dot now, right? It will help me to get out the current right now time. Whatever the time we are having right now, it will help me to get that out. Dot r. Okay, so whatever the time I am having, it will show me in the format of, first of all, it will like let me get out the time from here. Now I haven't set out any format here for the time, that in what format it should tell me the time, because this is not the function in which I will be asking for the time. See, what I'm actually making up here is that I'm making that it will extract the current time whatever is there, and according to that time it will decide that it is morning, it's afternoon, or it's evening. Okay, we will be setting up it in a way that according to we have gathered up the current time. Okay, whatever the time is right now, let's say for you it's 7 a.m. in the morning, right? So it's 7 a.m. is actually morning, right? So what it will do, it will actually extract out that okay, it's 7 a.m. So it will automatically understand that it has to greet good morning. So in that respective case, it is going to say out good morning, right? Let's say now, here could be a confusion. It doesn't understand about the AM or the PM actually. Okay, it doesn't understand about the AM or PM, because this is the time. So time it takes in the form 7:27. Okay, it takes in the form 7:30 or 8:30 or 9:30 or 9:10, whatever you are having. So what it does actually, it understands, let's say in the afternoon, actually in the noon at 12. Okay, it will understand that okay, 12 is written, so that is noon. Now after that, what, when I again write out 1, so what it will automatically again understand that it is of the morning. So in that case, as we used to write, okay, let me put out a comment here. So as we actually used the, let's say 12 is my noon, right? So for 12 it will be simply noon or afternoon, whatever you say. After 12, when we wrote out 1, So my program, what will it actually understand? It will understand that in the morning. But what I am referring to 1 p.m. right? So in that case, what I need to do is that I need to mention this in a form as 30. Okay, 30. Now it will take that as the afternoon automatically. Okay. Let's say you want it for 18. Okay, let's say you want it for 18 colon 00. Now this will understand it in the evening, but instead of this, if you are gonna write out 6 p.m. if instead of this, if you're gonna write out 6 p.m., so it won't understand that out. Okay, so hope I'm very much clear that how I am gonna set up the timings accordingly. Fine, great. Let's get down and set up those respective things. So here I'm going to mention up that if r, okay, if r is greater than equal to 0, and okay, and r is less than equal to 12. Okay, so in that case you could simply speak up as good morning, my dear friend. Okay, good morning, my dear friend. This is what you could speak. It means that from the morning until the 12 o'clock. Okay, if the time is between that, so in that respective case, it has to greet good morning, my dear friend. Next goes my elif condition. Elif r. Now, if r is greater than equal to 12 and r is less than equal to 18. Okay, so in that case, what you need to speak up here as good afternoon, my dear friend. Now, okay, one more thing to mention up here, that whenever we wanted to print anything, what we did, we used the print statement. Right now, whenever we want that anything should be spoken, okay, anything should be spoken, so in that respective case, we use up the speak function instead of the print statement. Okay, these are small things which are to be mentioned up here and which are actually to be taken care of. And here goes my else condition. Else speak good evening. Else speak good, one second, good evening, my dear friend. Good evening, my dear friend. Okay, so hope I'm very much clear with that as well. Next, okay, this my conditions has been put it up. Whatever the conditions I wanted, those conditions have been simply written up here, right? Now what I would do is that I would write up a mandatory speaking condition. This means that now I'm going to write out a condition. Condition means I'm going to write out some necessary statements which are to be spoken. Either it's say good morning, my dear friend, then as well the statement would run. Either it's say good afternoon, my dear friend, then as well the statement run. Or it says good evening, my dear friend, then as well the respective statement would run. That is the reason I am writing that outside any of the condition, because this is the mandatory statement which has to be spoken in any of the three cases. So in that I am writing up that let me know how can I help how can I help you? Okay, let me know how can I help you. Let's say we wrote out what are you looking for. Okay, let's say this is the statement which you want to put out. Let me know how can I help you. What are you looking for? Let me here put out a simple comma. Fine. So this is the statement which I wanted to be necessarily and mandatory run up after putting up any of the three conditions which are mentioned up by me, right? So this wish me function is being completed. So how it will know that it is morning, afternoon or evening? So from this datetime dot now, it will extract that what's the current time right now, and according to that only it will extract out the things and it will run that accordingly. Okay, so this is the clear idea. Wonderful. Now let's get down here and now let's put up the very second command here, very second function now that we are going to use up here at this respective place. Fine. Now my second function is that it will be def, and here we go, the take command. Okay, def take command. What it will do, first of all, it will greet me that it's morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever. After that, it will say me that let me know how can I help you, what are you looking for. Okay, then what it is gonna do is that for it will listen, it will first of all show me a message that listening. Okay, let's say I spoke that open Google. Okay, I will be it will be first of all mentioning up that I'm listening. I spoke Google. So in that case, after whatever I have spoken, it will show that recognizing the voice. It means that is your voice clear and loud enough that the mic of your laptop is able to listen that out. Like whatever the voice you are actually saying and whatever you are actually saying, is that loud and clear, that it is very much clear to whatever the command we are giving out. And let's say it is clear, so in that case it will solve out it will automate that respective thing which is written by you. And if your voice is not and it's not clear and loud, so in that case it will show you that I am not able to understand what you are saying, please say that again. So this is a sort of thing which we are going to write inside the take command function. Right, so let's not waste too much of time. Let's get started out here. So here we have as a variable and we are going to use up the speech recognition. Text, it will be spoken words will be converted to text. Whatever I have spoke, it will show me that as well, that I am able to extract this much from your speech, whatever you had said. Okay, let's say I said that open Great Learning Academy. So in that respective case, let's say it is only and only able to extract open Great Learning. It's not able to understand academy. So it will simply show me that open Great Learning is said by you. It will actually write that out onto the output that you had said open Great Learning. Okay, so in that respective case, we are using up the speech recognition library. It means whatever I am saying, I even want that thing to be displayed in the output box. Fine. So SR dot, and here goes my function which is recog. Okay, that is R would be capital, recognizer. Okay, it will help me to do so. Getting down here now, we are giving up the access to your microphone with SR dot microphone. Okay, with SR dot microphone as source, with SR dot microphone as source. Get down. First of all, what to print? First of all, printing that listening. Okay, listening to you, Shampi. Okay, here you could put up your name or whatever you wish out. Okay, listening to you, Shambhavi. Great. Next, we are having the next thing, that is r dot pause underscore threshold, that's equal to 1. So what is this pause underscore threshold used for? So as soon as it has printed me the statement listening to you, Shambhavi, it will wait for some time, it will wait for some minute, and then it will show me that recognizing your voice. If you had said out something, so in that case it will recognize you that, or if you haven't said out anything, so it will print up recognizing your voice, and after that it will show you that say that again please. Okay, this is how it's gonna be. So we set out some pause time here. And then here goes that audio is equal to r dot listen, and into the bracket and into the bracket I'm going to use up the source. What's that source? Source for I have used up that sr dot microphone. Okay, great. So this is what you have done. Now inside this I'm going to use up my try and the except block. So here goes my try block. 1 second, let me go back, and let me now just go out to some sort of down. Great. Now what I'm going to print out here, that recognizing your voice. Okay, let's say this is the statement which it will print after that in the try statement. Then you are going to write up here the query is equal to, here goes r dot, here goes my function which is recognize underscore Google. Now, this one second, this speech recognition library, I wrote up that it is used to convert the spoken words into text, and it works on the APIs. It works according to the APIs. So right here, it will be working some sort of with the Google APIs. In that respective case, I'm using up recognize underscore Google. Here goes my variable, which is audio, separated by a comma, and now we have to set up the language as well. So language I'm setting up as English, and that's so of Indian. En and dash in. Okay, English India. Fine. This is the language which I am setting up, in which I want to communicate, and even I'll be speaking up in this only sort of language. What are the language you will be speaking up? Mention up that language here. Fine. Great. Next, getting down here, now I want out a print statement to be printed up, and it will show it shall show me that what is actually spoken by me. So now I'll be writing up some sort of F string in the starting, and here I will be writing up that, let's say, my dear friend, you said, my dear friend, you said, and here I'll be putting up in the bracket what was the variable in which I am recognizing the voice. That's the query, right? So I am writing up here the query variable, because that is the variable which will store whatever has been spoken by me. So that's the reason I'm writing up query. And here goes a backslash n. Backslash n means that it, with this program which I'm writing, it will run up till infinite loop. Let's say I said that open Google, so it opened up the Google for me. After that, it will not quit up the program. It will again start that, please let me know that, it will start with this statement that listening to you Shambhavi, whatever you said. Now let's say at the second time you said that open great learning YouTube channel. So it will open up that for you. Again it will say that listening to you Shambhavi. So it is not a case that you said one statement and it will stop running in that respective case. Okay, let's say you want to open multiple things at one single time. So yes, you could do out that respective thing with this project, right? So query has been mentioned up by me. Next we will be writing up the except statement. So here goes my exception as E. Okay, except exception as E. Getting down, I'll be printing up a statement, print Shambhavi. Okay, yeah, I will mention up now. Here, Shambhavi, please. Okay, let's not write it like this. Let's write it as Shambhavi. Say that again, please. Okay, P-L-E-A-S-E. Okay, Shambhavi, say that again, please. And I'll put up some dots here. Okay, next what I'll be returning, at last I'll be returning from here as none, means nothing. Okay, and one second, tab, and here goes my return query. Fine. So great, hope I'm clear with this returning query. Here goes up this respective thing. Now this is all sorted, this particular thing has been done. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make up a function, and that respective function will help me to access up the email. So here goes def, and my function name is send email. Into the bracket, I have two parameters, to and content. To means that whom you want to send, and content means that what message you want to send, what email you want to send out. Okay. Now here goes my library, that server is equal to, I will be giving up the access to the SMTP dot, here goes SMTP, P would be capital, into the bracket, mention up the SMTP dot gmail dot, okay, that's gmail.com, okay, comma, and here goes 587, it's the server, okay, 587, smtp.gmail.com. okay, this is how you need to set up the thing. Getting down, you will be writing up here server dot, it will actually help you to like send up the emails only. Okay, and then next you will be writing up the next here as server dot start, okay, that is start TLS. It means that it will help you to, it will start up the server for you, which is the SMTP server, through which only you will be able to send up the emails from here. Fine. Now here goes server dot login. Now what's your email and email ID from which you want to send up the email? Now please make sure you listen up my words very carefully, because here if a little bit of thing is as well wrong, then it won't send up the emails for you. Okay, first of all, inside the login function, you need to write up that email from which you will be sending, okay. So I have some sort of email and I would just mention up that quickly right here. Fine, here goes gmail dot, okay, at the rate, here goes gmail.com. And my email has been mentioned from which I want to send. After that, put up a comma, put up the inverted comma, single inverted comma, and right here mention up now the password of your email from which you will be sending up the email. So I'll be simply mentioning up the password for my email from which I want to send up the email. Fine. Make sure that you are doing up the things correctly, otherwise it will not access up the things for you, right? Get down here. Now next goes server dot, here goes the send mail function. In the send mail, first of all, write that email from which you are sending. It means your email only which you have written above. Put up the same email, okay. So I'm putting up my same email which I have mentioned up above. So here it goes, separated by a comma. Now what email? Now, okay, next thing you need to put up the to, and the next thing you'll put up the content. Fine. So yes, these are the email and password has been mentioned up to you here, that with which you want to send. And here goes the server dot close and put up the bracket. Right, so this is the function which is made up here for sending up the emails. Okay, now I would get down and start up a new thing from here. Initialize up the main function of Python programming language. Okay, now inside this main function, we will be writing all the stuff for the automating. Okay, so first of all, I simply want this wish me function to run. Simply I want this wish me function to run, which will help me to greet up according to the time, which it is morning, evening, or afternoon, whatsoever. Okay, getting down, I would put up an infinite loop, as I told you that will be setting up one of the infinite loops. So here goes my while true. Get down here, and here once again goes query is equal to, it will be take command dot lower. Okay, so it means that whatever the text will be saying, whatever you will be saying, all of the things will be converted into the lower case. Now if a person says, if I say let's say open Wikipedia, if I say that out in the query, it means that when it asks me that now let me know what you want to open, so in that case if I say open Wikipedia, then what command should take place? In that case, first of all, it shall speak that searching searchi, that searching Wikipedia. First of all, it will Wikipedia. Okay, it shall say that searching Wikipedia. Next, okay, here goes that query. Okay, query is equal to, here goes query dot replace. Okay, query dot replace. Now, okay, that is QUERY. Okay, here put up the variable which is Wikipedia, comma, and here goes the double inverted commas, right? So whatever the term you say, that searching Wikipedia, if I say open Wikipedia, so it will say searching Wikipedia. Okay, so after saying up the open Wikipedia, so in that case, whatever the term you want to search out, you could put that out. Okay, here goes the results, results, results variable. Now into that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write out that Wikipedia library which we have used above. Dot, here goes my summary function. Into the bracket, I'll be mentioning a first for query and how many sentences you want for that respective topic to be spoken up here. Let's say I want the first two sentences. Okay, let's say I want the first two sentences only, not more than that. Okay, then it will speak it in a form that according to Wikipedia, and then it will start speaking whatever the topic you have searched for. Okay, and I want to print up the results as well. It means that whatever it is gonna speak out and whatever the two sentences it has extracted from the Wikipedia, I wanted to print them as a output as well. So it will be printed. And after the printing, I want those things to be spoken as well. So I used speak and the results. Fine. So hope I'm clear with this respective thing, that what are the things to be done up here for the Wikipedia. Next is that, let's say if you want to open Notepad. So I would write here if open, and here goes if open Notepad in query. If you say that open Notepad, then what shall happen? So now I'm going to give up a path here. Now go on to the search, type here to search option and search there Notepad. Okay, see it has been actually opened up for you. Now go on and click on here open file location. Okay, you clicked up on the open file location. Right now, just let that open up. After that, I would let you know what to do next. Fine, Notepad has been opened up for you. Now, do the right click here. Click the Notepad and then do the right click. Fine. After that, let's see that just give it some time to open. Now here and go on to the properties. Okay, after here, go on to the properties here. I clicked on the properties. Now just do one simple thing, that from here copy up this system32 notepad.exe. Okay, copy this out from there. Fine, and that is actually done. This is the system32 is done. Fine, and now I would close it out. Now from here, okay, 1 second, I just need to do that right away once. So let me go back. Okay, it's in the start menu, then it's programs, I guess. It's what was that? Okay, let me just do it that once again. I would open up the I would search for the Notepad here, click on open file location. Yes, drop down here and see. Okay, from here it just click on the Notepad, just click on this single click. And now just drop down here. Okay, so see, it is telling you that it is in the C. It is in the Windows C. Fine. So now just check that out, that in which Windows C or D you are having that up. And now here, put up the C:/. For me, it's in the C. Okay, it would be like that. Sorry. Now it was in the Windows. WINDOWS, right? After that, we searched that, right? It was system32 and the notepad.exe, right? So I'm going to write up here system32 and then it was / and it was it was notepad.exe. This was the complete path, right? That I showed you. It was system32 notepad.exe, and from that I searched that it was in the C drive. Fine. So for you, as well, just search that quickly and mention up the respective path. Let's say this is for the Notepad. Now let's see if I want to automate the paint. So if I say open paint, okay, open paint in query, if I say that out, then what to do? Okay, I'm so sorry, I just missed up one statement here. That is, I need to write up now OS. OS is now the library which will be used up. That is operating system. It would be, now function would be start file. Okay, operating system, from the operating system, that is a Windows, start file. Which file to start? File is to be started which I have written up in the end path variable. So it means directly this Notepad will open up for me, right? Let's get down here, right there as end path is equal to, now we are having that for the paint, right? So for me, the paint would be as well in the same, is as well at the same position. So I would simply copy this up from here, Control C goes, and here goes Control V. Okay, and instead of Notepad, I'm going to write out MS Paint, PAINT. Fine. For you as well, you could search that accordingly, and you could just put that up as well. Fine. You could just search that again. Let me tell you. Go on to the Paint. Hit end. Okay, sorry, this I have opened up Paint, but that's not needed. Let me close this out. Paint. Go on to the Paint. Open up the file location. See, just downside the Notepad, we were having the paint as well. So you could put that as well here. No issues in that respective case, right? Great. Let's close that out here. So paint is as well done up. Now, These were the two I would say functions or apps, whatever you say that out. We were having those into our device, into your laptop or computer, whatever you are using, you were having those stored. Now, let's say we want to access anything online. Online means I want to access up anything in the web browser. Let's say I want to open up the YouTube now. So what is the okay, here goes my elif condition, elif. Okay, right here. Again, okay, here I just need to do a one thing, single thing. I have to write os dot excuse me, os dot, and here what is my function name that has to be put up? It is start file, and that's the end part, right? Great. Let's get down. Then again goes up my elif condition. Now we have open YouTube. Open YouTube. Let's say open YouTube in. Here we are having up the query. Open YouTube, and this is my query, right? Let's get down. Now simply I would use a web browser. Dot open. What's that YouTube? It's www.youtube.com, right? www dot, it's YouTube. Sorry, not that line. Like that. Or you could simply mention up here youtube.com as well. Okay, you could mention up youtube.com. That would work actually. Okay, youtube.com. So this will actually help me to open up the YouTube for me. Now let's say you are having some any of the websites which you use on a regular basis. Okay, how to access that respective website through this program. So I would write up elif. Let's say I am having up open. Now I'll be using up to open up the Great Learning Academy. Open Great Learning Academy. Okay, open Great Learning Academy in query. Okay, put up the colon, get down. Here goes web browser. Here goes web browser dot open. Now what you need to do is that, let me show you. Let me just open up the Google here very quickly. So right here it goes, and now what I'm going to do here is that, first of all, okay, this was one more thing, that when you are doing up that sort of thing, like when you are accessing up and when you have mentioned up to access the email and the Gmails, right? In that case, you need to write search upon list secure app access. Write out here list secure app access. Enter that out. Go on to this respective website, which is sign in Google account. Okay, sign in Google account. Now here check this mark. Then only you will be able to send up the emails using the SMTP library. Okay, so great, that has been done. What I was doing, I was opening up the Great Learning Academy, right? I was just opening that out. So here goes the Great Learning Academy. Now just fetch up the now just quickly fetch up the website and the link for this. I will close this out from here. Quickly copy this out and paste it up here at this respective position. Right? And that has been quickly done up here. So whenever you see that open Great Learning Academy, so it will open up the Great Learning Academy for you. Okay, so hope I'm very much clear with that respective thing. Next, what is actually needed up, I would write up here elif. Okay, elif. Now next goes up my let's say I want to open up the Google. So here goes open Google in, and here goes the query. Now that is query, right? Now actually here I have written web browser dot open. So now I do not need this os dot start file, because now we are working all of these things onto the online. We are working all of these things into our browser, right? That's the reason here web browser library is used. Open Google in query, right? Let's get down here. Here goes the web browser dot open. Okay, web browser dot open, and I would simply write here google.com. Google.com. Okay, so it will open up the Google for me. Great, that is done. Now let's say I want to ask the current time, that what is the time right now? Let me know. So I would write that elif tell me the time in query. Query is a variable in which I'm storing whatever I need to know or whatever I need to open. So that's the reason I'm just mentioning a query at each and every place. Okay. Now here goes my variable str time. Let's say that's equal to, here goes date time dot date time dot now. Datetime dot datetime dot now. It will help me to get up the current time. Here goes my strf time. It means it allows me to give up my format, and I want the time in the format of %h colon %m colon percent. So R, minutes and seconds. Okay, but it will as well let you know in the form of, let's say it's 1 p.m. so it will tell you 13. It's 2 p.m. so it will tell you 40. It will let you know in that respective case only. Okay, because it doesn't categorizes out automatically in the PM and AM. Okay, that is the reason it can't categorize PM and AM automatically. That's the reason it displays up the times according to the 13, 14, 15, that such manner. Okay, and then goes here that what the statement I wanted to speak. I wanted to speak that my dear, okay, that is my dear friend, the time is, okay, and what's the variable in which we are storing? That is str time. My dear friend, okay, that I just simply write out right. Okay, FRIE, okay, that is 1 second, FRIENT. Okay, my dear friend, the time is, and this is the respective time, right? So it will speak up that my dear friend, the time is whatever time currently we are having, it will speak up that respective time here at this particular place. Okay, so this is how you access up the current time. Next, you have one more thing to access up. Let's say if I want to open up the Great Learning YouTube channel, so I would write open and open Great Learning, okay, that's learning, open Great Learning YouTube channel. This is the command which I would say. Okay, in query, in QUE, in query. Fine. Put up the colon, get down, and here I'm going to write out web browser dot open. Now, what's the Great Learning channel website which you want to open up? One second, let me put this out first of all. Now, what I would do is start. Let me quickly go on to the Google right here, I just get downside. I would it would be somewhere mentioned downside only. I just do not need to really go on to any other web browser or anything like that in respective case. So let's get down very quickly right here, and yeah, right here it is this YouTube, right? So let's click on this YouTube. Fine. So let's see that what it is gonna open up here for the Great Learning Academy. And yes, here we are having up this Great Learning Academy. One second, let's pause that out. Fine. So this is how, and you could simply copy that out from here. Okay, or I would suggest up that you could go on to the search here only, and let me write out here Great Learning. Right, I could simply write that only. That would be a good idea actually. Fine. I would now go on to this respective place. Pause this out, and from here you could copy this website. Control C. Okay, do not do that directly from the website, otherwise it will take you to some other like it has a little different link. Okay, so I would recommend you that go from the YouTube, search Great Learning, and just copy up this from here and paste that at this respective place. Fine. So the channel is as well done up here. Now next, what are we having? Now let's say you want to access out any of the social medias. Okay, that's the very important thing that's playing the important role in your life right now. So see, let's say I would write up here, I would write up a command that is open LinkedIn. Open LinkedIn. Okay, open LinkedIn, and here goes my query. Fine, open LinkedIn in query. So put up the colon like this, get down. Here goes my web browser dot open, and the like link for LinkedIn is www.linkedin. Okay, that's linkedin.com. Or either you could do one thing, you could go on to the you could search LinkedIn onto the Google, and from there as well you could copy up the link. If you do not know the link of any of the websites or any of the things, so what you do, go on to the Google and simply write out their LinkedIn. It will take you to the redirected place or the redirected page, whatever is needed. Okay, So great, that has been done. And now I am left with very last part of this program, this project, and that is for automating my emails. So email to okay, email to. Now here what we will be doing is that I'll be writing up the name of that respective person whom I want to send up the email. Okay, I'll be writing up the email of name of that respective person whom the email is to be sent up. So you have to write up that only. Okay, let's say I write up email to okay, let's write out email to other friend. Okay, email to other friend, and here goes in query and put up the Sangeet down. Now here again goes my try statement. Try. First of all, it will ask me that what do you want to send. So it will write out that what should I send? What should I send? It will ask me that out. I will get down and here write up the content variable that's equal to take command function. What it will do, it will take up the command from me and it will run simply what should I send, and I will speak that send this or that. Okay, we will do some sort of thing like this. Fine. So take command in that respective case, it is gonna help us out like that. Getting down now, to is equal to which person, what's the email ID onto which you want to send up this email. So write the email ID of that respective person whom you want to send up this email, right? So I'm simply writing that out. I simply wrote that the email ID of a person whom I want to send up this respective email, right? I wrote that down. Here goes my send email function which we wrote above, and in the bracket it goes to comma. Both I have declared what is the to and what is the content, right? And at last what to speak that it will speak that your email has been sent successfully. Okay, your email has been sent successfully. Fine. After this try statement, we need to mention up one of the except statement. Except, here goes, one second, let me get out one line space more. Here goes exception as E. Put up the colon, come down, and what to print? Print up my respective exception what I am having, and what to speak? Speak that, one second, speak that my dear friend, I am unable to send the email. Okay, my dear friend, I'm unable to send the email. Please address the error. Okay, please address the error, and I would take this down. Fine. My dear friend, and I am unable to send the email. Please address the errors. In that sort, if any error is coming, so please address out that respective error. I am not able to send up the email for you. Right? So great. Hope I am very much clear with this complete program. Whatever I have written up here in regards of this perspective, that what are the things and how do we put up the things, how do we classify the things here, and how are these things actually working out, right? So now it's time to run up these programs very quickly, and let's check upon what are the functions that are working, what are the functions that are not working, and everything very clearly. Right, so let me do that one simple thing very quickly here. Let's click on right button, and okay, one second, before that let me increase the voice here so that as well you could listen out whatever I'm speaking. So here goes the increase in the voice. Great, fine, wonderful. Now let's quickly run out this respective program. So let's click on run. Okay, let's see what it is going to speak out. It will take a sort of time. Okay.
Good evening, my dear friend.
Yes.
Let me know how can I help you. What are you looking for?
Open Paint. See what it did? It opened up the Paint for me. And now look at the beauty of this respective project. That whatever I said here, that let's say I set up that first of all it showed me listening, first of all it greeted me, good evening, my dear friend, let me know how could I help you. After that, it showed me listening to you, Shambhavi. After that, I spoke. It said recognizing your voice. And my dear friend, you said open paint. And it simply opened up that respective thing for me, right? Okay, now what I would do is that I would terminate out this program because I already did out a lot of speech and here it will capture all of that thing. So I would terminate this out from here. Okay, I would once again run that out and now I would run two, three things simultaneously. Okay, so look at that thing very clearly. Let me go to here and let me close up the YouTube channel and let me close up this as well. Let me close up this list secure app access as well. Okay, let me close up everything. Let's come back and run out it very quickly. Listen to it.
Good evening, my dear friend. Let me know how can I help you. What are you looking for?
Open Great Learning Academy. Just give it some time to open out, okay? Give it some time because according to your whatever the internet you are having, it will work about according to see that. Here it's like continuously showing up the things, continuously showing up the things and all that respective things. Right? Let me do one thing. Let me put up the double slash here. Yeah, one slash was missing. Let me close this out and click on terminate. Let's run that out very quickly.
Evening, my dear friend. Let me know how can I help you. What are you looking for?
Open Great Learning YouTube channel. So see what it did? It simply opened up the Great Learning YouTube channel for me. And yeah, here we are onto the channel. Right, let me pause this up here. Yeah, let me pause this video. Right, so this is the channel for Great Learning, right? So wonderful. I would now close this out once again here. Let's go on to the PyCharm. Let me close it out again because again I had set out a lot of things and it will capture up everything. Okay, let me terminate it out here. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to check up the current time. Tell me the time. Okay, let's do that out. Let's check that as well.
Good evening, my dear friend. Let me know how can I help you. What are you looking for?
Tell me the time.
My dear friend, the time is 20:10:48.
Open LinkedIn. It will take up some sort of time in opening up these things. So what I would do, I would simply close this out from here. Okay, I would make that run on a like similar go www.linkedin. Yeah, that's correctly okay. Fine. Okay, so whatever I think it is taking up the time, I would run that afterwards. First, let me show you those things in which it is running very in a very quick way according to the bandwidth. Okay. Now let's do up the email. Okay, let's do up the email.
Good evening, my dear friend. Let me know how can I help you. What are you looking for?
Email to other friend.
What should I send?
Say hello.
Your email has been sent successfully.
See what it said that your email has been sent successful. Let's go on to here. Let's open up that. See, I have already that email logged in for me from which I am sending up the respective emails to whosoever person I want to do. Okay, as I already have that respective one done, I would open that out. I would go on to the sent option from there. And now what I'm going to do is start great here. So I clicked up on the email. See what it is showing at 8:12 p.m. Actually, it's 0 minutes ago. It means it's the current time on which I'm making up this respective video. And here goes say hello. My text which I set on to that respective project of my PyCharm. I said say hello and this say hello has been sent to the respective person to whom's name or whom's email ID I have written up here at this respective place. Right? So paint we already did up the Great Learning Academy. See, YouTube is as well that much simple only. It will open up YouTube, it will open up Google. There's no some sort of very much thing. Let's open up the Google. So run out here.
Good evening, my dear friend. Let me know how can I help you. What are you looking for?
Open Google. So what it will do at the will see it is all it is opening up the Google for me, right? So it's simply opening up that sort of things, right? www.https google.com. I would close that out, right? Because hope you got up the thing very clearly that what it is opening in that respective place, right? So I would close this, terminate it up from here as well. Now what are we going to do is that I would simply let you know one or two more things here that are to be noted up in a very clear way. Okay, so let's see that out very clearly right at this place. Okay, so here let's do one thing very quickly. Let's do run up the LinkedIn as well one last time, and after that I would to just make this end up. So here LinkedIn, for that, okay, one thing has to be done up, make this I as small, okay, as it is, make that out, open LinkedIn. And now I would just run out this very quickly, okay, so let's do that out.
Good evening, my dear friend. Let me know how can I help you, what are you looking for?
Open LinkedIn. So see what it did, it simply opened up the LinkedIn for me, right? So it opened up the LinkedIn for me. Okay, now I'm going to close this out right here at the respective place, and I'm going to terminate this out. Okay, so we gave up a very quick try in all of the cases, and yes, it's working very really wonderful. It's running properly, and we just enjoyed this out, right? So hope I'm very much clear with this respective project, that how you could make up a project for the Python automation, how you could automate using the Python programming language. Hope I'm very much clear with that. So hope you enjoyed out this respective project and you got out a very clear idea with the use of all of these libraries and with the automation of Python programming language, right? This is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.
If you haven't subscribed for our channel yet, I would request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell so that you don't miss any new updates or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoy this video, show us some love and do like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure you comment on this video. Any queries or suggestions, I'll be more than happy to respond to all of them.